Why only black is condemned by white and not vice versa? Why only women are condemned by men and not vice versa? Why did black become slaves and not white? Why did white make all the laws and not blacks? Why isn't everyone equal? After all, we all are humans. African American on average are sentenced to jail 20% longer than whites for the same crimes. Blacks are more likely to be arrested for drug possessions. Black students are more likely to be punished for the same mischief. Black people are less likely to get a house on rent. Black people are still believed to be more pain tolerant by doctors. As a result, they are not often prescribed painkillers and are easily given harsh treatments. This continues to persist, although decreasing, it's not rapid as it should. Racism has shown to damage the sufferer's mind, body, and complete health. Racism will remain here until we unroot it. Well, here's white and here's why racism still exists. Humankind has evolved distinctly in many parts of the world which were not so connected as today. Every group competed to survive. Human beings are less likely to damage someone who looks like them. So then came the race to distinguish them. Every group formed their own race. Most of those perished or allied with another, but some still remain here. In reality, real race or division among humans is just the adaptation of body made in accordance to climate and conditions. Everything else is just a mental construct. We may look different, but we are the species genetically most alike. But racism is real. It really affects and hurts people in the way others cannot imagine. Racism has reached every part of a society and roots itself perfectly. But why and how did it start? Are humans born racist? Well, it turns out, yes, humans are born racist. Research shows that human beings have a natural proclivity to make distinctions between us and them, our family, their family, our friends, their friends. That natural proclivity has a survival value. For survival, it was necessary. Almost all organisms that threaten our life are dark. Cape buffalo, most dangerous frog, jellyfish, alligators, all are dark. Even a black dog seems to be more threatening than white. Between black and white cars, we consider white cars to belong to good people. There was even an experiment done in which blue-eyed people were separated from the rest and given the worst treatment. The others were told that blue-eyed were inferior, and it was observed that within some time, other group accepted that saying and even starts to add on to it.
What do you call a blue-eyed person who gets brown-eyed contacts?
I don't know.
Artificial intelligence.
Totally normal common people became racist within moments. This is but a sad reality. Back then, because of the geographical conditions, Americans and Europeans flourished more than Africans scientifically, and when they met, whites got an upper hand. Then it was the Industrial Revolution. White required cheap labor, so whites turned blacks into slaves. But since even common white population tend to be more sympathetic towards one of their kind, leaders of those times continuously created unscientific and unproven theories to prove that they are more supreme and that this all is the survival for the fittest and for the good of mankind. Racism was promoted heavily by leaders in the past, and that compounded over the years. Even famous writers, poets made it mainstream that blacks are inferior and everyone accepted them. It was even promoted that being non-white is a disease. But as we have stepped in the modern world, all silly theories have been proven wrong, but only after seeing the aristocracies of Nazis committed in the name of race and racial hygiene, white people began to question these philosophies. And later, many restrictions and injustice was uplifted. But it was too late. Whites were already very ahead of blacks in almost all aspects. So, almost everything remained the same due to financial, social, and educational disadvantages. So, what can we do now? We need to know and teach that racism exists, and the real race is only because of conditions different people evolved in. Biologically, all of us are the same. To combat the mistakes made by the people of the past, we must unlearn racism. Using media by showing more friendliness among both races. The same technique that was used to advertise to us that smoking is okay by paying actors to smoke in movies can be used to clear out the indifferences between us. After Barack Obama became the president, racism has decreased. We need more of such figures to be shown in the front of common population. Racism can be unlearned because we know that they are the same people like us. Just like we have learned not to respond too much to our survival instincts because we know we are living in the safest era of all times and no lion is coming to attack us the next minute. Also, science has shown that people who spend more time with different races or genders show less bias towards each other, and segregation increases racism. So, why are girls and boys mostly segregated in classes? Well, that seems a story for another. White.